forget to include it only in Exhibit L, which was conceived at the Rhodes Conference after 10 days of rigorous introspection by the SAPs, but it was also overlooked in both the statements of the National Commissioner and the Provincial Commissioner. So that's 3 oversights, 3 separate oversights. Yeah. And we say that you just need to consider the explanation given to realize that this is not the evidence of a truthful witness. If that evidence was true, then that would be a sound police operational reason to do the operation when they did. If they genuinely feared that this group would go and kill people. But that evidence is not true. We now know it's not true. That is not the reason. And the police council says, forget about that evidence. That's not correct. It was going to happen if they didn't lay down the weapons at 9 o'clock.
Why is she taking it upon herself to determine what is or is not in the interest of economic advancement of the country? Why is she, in the references we have made in paragraphs 12 to 14, why is she taking it upon herself, together with the deputy, to say this must stop? Because it's harming us, it's harming the country economically, it's harming the country politically.
And it was our task, and that's why our clients asked us to please come here, and that is why we thank you for allowing us to come here to show you that let's not go through some garden path. The only thing that Judge Falam said about Mr. Ramaphosa is that we could not show that he intended, he was guilty of murder. But he found, as I've shown you, that the political pressure did happen. Not only did it happen, it was taken into account inter alia by the National Commissioner. Under those circumstances, Chairperson, it is our respectful submission that for the sake of our clients and for the sake of this country, you should find that on the basis specifically of succumbing to political pressure, the National Commissioner A is guilty of misconduct and B is not fit for office. I thank you very much.
So these are mutually destructive statements, completely then different. And then, but importantly, let's look at 5.4, what then Adrio says. He says, before that document was finalized and approved, and he's referring to now then to then the media statement, 555, I left in order to organize the venue for the media conference set to take place later that morning. What does Mashiu say then to this board? He says, no, then I was there with Adrio when the National Commissioner was dictating to me. But then Adrio then left. That's why Adrio in paragraph 5.5 says, although I was not present, it was the invariable practice in our unit that media statements, especially one of such importance, would have been given final approval by the National Commissioner himself.
On that basis, members of the board, we suggest that term 1 and term 2, based on the evidence placed before you, simply cannot survive. There is neither a factual nor legal basis to support it. And that brings me to the conclusion of my part of the argument, Chair. Thank you.
Substantial heads of argument, the statement of claim, the defense was also substantial and assisted us greatly in coming to grips with the evidence that was led before the Farlam Commission, which, as you know, is a substantial document, and we want to express our thanks and gratitude to the legal teams for having assisted us in this regard.